Hey, what's up guys, Jack here from Salute the Magpie, back again with another gig review this time. This week I'm going to be talking about Creeper and their headlined show with Milk Teeth, Energy and Puppy. So let's just get straight into it, shall we? So first up we had Puppy, who are this metal indie mesh of sounds that really work, and live they kill it as well. It's heavy, but then the vocals come in and it sort of cuts through, and it's very catchy as well, and it sort of gets the crowd just, you know, bobbing their head along. I don't think many people knew about Puppy or knew their songs, but they definitely sounded big as well, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen further on down the line with them. But yeah, they were very early on after doors, about 15-20 minutes after doors, and they did the best they could, and it's just getting that exposure, and I feel as if the Creeper crowd can really latch on to a band like Puppy as well. Next up we had Energy, who are this sort of melodic hardcore rock band from the US. It's their first time over in the UK, and they've been around for about 10 years, they were saying, from about 2006, so it's quite weird how I've not really heard of them before. But yeah, they put on a decent show. I wasn't really a fan. I mean, if I closed my eyes, they sounded like AFI and Alkaline Trio and those sorts of bands with some harder elements. But yeah, I wasn't really a fan. And yeah, we'll just move on to Milk Teeth, I think. So now we get into the fun part of the show. Milk Teeth come out before Creeper, and they just blew the room up. They've got such a following there in Birmingham. They've really got the crowd going from the first note, from the first riff that had everyone going, and it was a great 7-8 song set that everyone was just singing along to, jumping up and down, moshing all around. It was all round good times. And this is where you found out that this was a sold out show. Everyone was behind, all the bands were on the bill, and Milk Teeth just delivered a crazy show. The set started off with Brickwork and instantly got everyone jumping up and down and singing along to that really catchy chorus, and then there's really shouty, screamy vocals in the verses, just has everyone going mental for it. And then it goes through the set. They played a new song which people were getting into, but it really sort of melded really well into the last song that they played, which might have been Crow's Feet or Driveway Birthday, I can't remember. But then it went into Kabuki, which slowed everything down. Everyone sort of getting into what Milk Teeth were all about, and really getting into the intimacy of what their music is about, and then going into Swear Jar, which is that slower start, and then kicks in with that really grungy halfway through, that really grungy sound that they have. And then they picked it up towards the end of this set. The energy picked right up after that, and then ended on Vitamins, an old favourite from their set list, and just gets everyone going and just gets everyone rolled up for Creeper, who were also pretty good. And then we had the main act, Creeper, who brought along some production. If you've seen our Instagram story, which is on Facebook as well, you'll see that they had the set basically, which they have in the videos, which are like the purple crosses in the church, and they had the backdrop which looked like the church that they set all the videos in for the album. And it really came across live. The whole atmosphere of the band, the whole atmosphere of the music really came together in that live environment, which was great. So the set opened up with the album opener, Black Rain, with that intro of the girl talking about the callous heart, and then they all came out, backs turned to the crowd, with the Callous Heart logo all facing out, with that real strong band identity. And yes, straight into Poison Pens from Black Rain, that real kick to the face, got the energy going. I don't think I've mentioned this, but this was the first sold out show of the tour. It was in Birmingham, and then they mentioned that, and you could just tell, I mean, the crowd was so up for it, everyone was just behind them, crowd surfing from the start, jumping up and down, hitting all around. It was just mad energy. And then you go further into the set, they played old favourites like Lie Awake and Honeymoon Suite as well, and then the new stuff sounded fantastic. You had the older stuff, such as VCR, being played right at the end of the set, but then you had the whole control of the crowd that Will sort of did was just it was unheard of, really. I mean, he stops on notes in breaks in the songs and sort of holds his hand up, and then everyone's just sort of like in the palm of his hand, as it were, and controlling the crowd in that way, and sort of orchestrating them in how to sing, when to jump up and down, and that was just great to see in that live environment, as I said. And one of the highlights of the set was Crickets, Hannah's song. Everyone else went off stage apart from her and Ian, the guitarist, and then you had the backing tracks of the violins coming in, and the guitar with the backing track with her vocals, it just sounded so big. I mean, I can't imagine an acoustic song with this big since probably A Part of Me by Neck Deep, and that sort of, everyone's on everyone's shoulders and really singing along their hearts out. It was just kind of like a peak moment in the set that sort of, it gave everyone a little break in terms of that pacing of the set, which I never like when you just go through a whole show and everyone's just burnt out by the end. And it's that real nice break, but also that real nice sing-along part of the set that everyone just sings. You could barely hear the vocals, but they came through enough to, hear that she was nailing all the notes. And I think the backing vocals as well really complemented it all as a whole as well. That was a great song in the set. After Crickets, it was Down Below, and this is where I was talking about Will really orchestrating the crowd. It had the last lyrics of the song is sort of like a breakdown of I'll meet you down the river, down below, and this is where he sort of paused at the end for a good 20-30 seconds and then comes in, the crowd are quiet there, and then comes in with those lyrics and everyone's just shouting along to it. They were just anticipating the moment that he was gonna say those words so that they can go mental for that last 10 seconds of the song. And then we have the album closer, which I thought was also another highlight of the set, I Choose to Live, which was that sort of Queen-esque song that was, I could just imagine it being sung live, and it did not let me down on my expectations. It was incredible. The Woos, and then I Choose to Live was fantastic. The whole room just really going for it. It was the last song of the set before the encore, and it was just one of those songs that really is going to be one of those staple set songs for the rest of their career, I think. And then we come back with an old song, VCR, which just gets the energy back up, and then the final song of the set, Misery, which is one of Creeper's staple set songs anyway. As if you've seen Creeper before, they've played it before, and they're ending on it on this tour, which I think is a fantastic choice. It's a huge song, starts off slow, gets big, and then it just ends the set perfectly, I think. So the UK tour's finished now. They're over in Europe, still touring with Milk Teeth and Puppy. So if you haven't got out to a show and it's coming near you, I would definitely recommend going. You will not regret it, especially because these are probably going to be the last times you're going to see Creeper in these size venues, 500-600 cap rooms, which is it's going to be insane when they reach that next level. And again, I think it would be a special set, but you can catch them at Download on the main stage. That will be awesome. And then, yeah, we've mentioned it before, Vans Warped Tour, they're also heading out on that all summer. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what they can do on a main stage. It's going to be pretty incredible, I think. So that's my review of Creeper at the O2 Institute in Birmingham. Let me know what you think. Did you go to any of the shows? Drop a comment down below, let me know what you think. I'm always interested to hear. Don't forget to head over to our Facebook page where you can see Milk Teeth and Puppy along with loads more at Slam Dunk Festival by entering our competition giveaway to Slam Dunk Festival Birmingham. Don't forget about our Twitter and Instagram, we're constantly uploading on there, so check it out for all the latest in our music news as well. I've been Jack from Salute the Magpie, and we'll see you next week.